On the night of March 27, 1999, under a stormy Serbian sky, an F-117 Nighthawk stealth aircraft flew low and fast across the countryside. At the controls was Lieutenant Colonel Daryl Zelko, on a mission to strike the Serbian Air Force's command center in Belgrade. Ironically, the very organization tasked with defending against him. Zelko's aircraft was originally accompanied by F-16s equipped with anti-radar missiles, but worsening weather forced their withdrawal. Left to complete the mission alone, Zelko relied solely on the Nighthawk's cutting-edge stealth technology. Designed to appear no larger than a tennis ball on radar, the aircraft had previously completed numerous missions undetected. But on this night, Serbian air defenses, led by Lieutenant Colonel Zoltan Dani, were on high alert. Thanks to intelligence from local informants, Dani had advance notice of incoming aircraft. Believing this might be their best opportunity to hit a stealth plane, Dani ordered his radar crews to scan the skies. A Soviet-era P-18 radar system, operating on a lower frequency, thought to detect stealth aircraft, was brought online. However, the radar screen was cluttered with echoes from clouds and rain. Amid the noise, Dani spotted an anomaly, a faint, solitary blip moving with purpose. Convinced it was a stealth bomber, he activated the targeting system, but it couldn't get a lock. Then, just as Zelko opened his bomb bay to release his payload, momentarily increasing his radar signature, the system locked on. 2 missiles launched in rapid succession. At the same moment, Zelko released his bombs, which struck the intended target. Climbing to altitude, he believed the mission was a success. Then, his cockpit erupted in alarms. A missile lock warning blared, and seconds later, he saw the missiles streaking through the clouds, with no flares or countermeasures aboard. The stealth jet, Zelko's only hope, was to maneuver out of danger. He pulled the aircraft into sharp evasive climbs, enduring intense G-forces. The first missile narrowly missed. The second, however, detonated near the left wing, shredding it with shrapnel and sending the aircraft into a violent spin. Pinned to his seat, disoriented and under immense physical strain, Zelko managed to pull the ejection handle. His seat shot out, and after a harrowing moment of freefall, his parachute deployed. Watching his burning aircraft disappear into the night, he realized he had survived the impossible. But survival was only the beginning. As he drifted downward, he noticed something alarming. His parachute was bright orange, an unmissable beacon to anyone searching below. Touching down, he ran for cover in a ditch he'd spotted from the air and quickly camouflaged himself with mud. Soon, Serbian search parties were scouring the area. Soldiers, police, even civilians. Trucks passed nearby. Flashlights cut through the darkness, and the barking of dogs drew closer. One dog approached his hiding spot, sniffing. Zelko quietly drew his knife, contemplating whether to silence the animal. But he ultimately chose restraint, knowing a dead dog might draw more attention. To his relief, the animal eventually wandered off. Then, a glimmer of hope. His radio crackled to life. It was a search and rescue team. Zelko hesitated to respond, wary of exposing himself. But when asked if they could approach, he made the call. Yes. He activated his infrared strobe to signal them, but it failed. Desperate, he lit a flare, fully aware it would also alert nearby enemy forces. The bright flare illuminated the area, and enemy flashlights began to converge. The rescuers radioed again, telling him the flare was blinding their night vision. Thinking fast, Zelko doused it in mud just as the helicopter touched down. Moments later, American rescue personnel pulled him aboard. As they lifted off, enemy forces closed in, seconds too late. This mission marked a historic first. Zoltan Dani and his crew became the only team ever to down a stealth aircraft in combat. Reflecting on that moment, Dani once said it felt like scoring a decisive goal in a championship football match. The downed F-117's wreckage was never destroyed. Serbian forces recovered large sections of the aircraft, now displayed in the Museum of Aviation in Belgrade. In a remarkable turn years later, Zelko and Dani met face-to-face in a gesture of mutual respect. Two men on opposite sides of history, united by a moment that changed military aviation forever.